All right, so I am at Chicagoland Speedway in the Xfinity series, the NASCAR Heat 4 video game here. So I want to point out a couple things real quick. There is, this is a point that I will talk about as we go through. This right here that I am going across, let me back up a little bit more so you can see it. When you start going through here, you can see this is a little bit of a discolored pavement in front of me. That's one of my key points on the track for knowing when I want to back off the gas. So I'll be hitting this at about 190 next time by. But I wanted to point out there, that is one of my key markers on the track. I am going to try to get into at least the 30.6s. I had actually ran a 30.48. But that was a setup where I really didn't like the tire wear, so I backed off on some things to not be so aggressive and hopefully making the tires last. I think with this setup, you might run out of tires with a lap or two to go, but you should basically get a full fuel run. If you save at all on the tires, you will not have any trouble making it through. Again, that was my mark. I want to stay real low in the corner, real low coming out. We get right up next to the wall, back off a little bit going into the corner, and back on the throttle. I think I was a little late getting back on the throttle. That may hurt this lap time. Low coming out, and then get right down here on the apron coming through the tire. We'll see if this is a decent lap. That was actually a pretty bad lap. Let's see if I can do it a little better. Key to Chicago is back off early so you can get back in the gas early. That seems to be what gets you a really fast lap time here at Chicago. That was a 6.8. I was hoping to be in the 36s, maybe the 35s. But a 6.8 is a respectable lap. I bounced off the wall there, so it's definitely not going to improve this. And I'll give it one more shot here, and then we will talk about the setup a little bit. I like to be clear down on the apron coming through here, and then point it towards the wall. I can't believe that was a 30.6 because I bounced off the wall. That was surprising. Yeah, run it out next so I'll let it drip, but I try to back off early so I can get back in the throttle early, and I try to stay really low coming off the corner to try to shorten the distance around this big track. So that I felt better about, but I ran a 30.6, so let's call that good enough, and let's get into the setup a little bit. I will tell you, getting the tires to last and getting a fast setup was something I really did struggle with here. But this is what I have come up with. So here's the setup. A couple things. Front weight and wedge are really low, and that is done in an effort to save tires. By running those things low, the lower you run the front weight, the more you're going to save the front tires and wear the rear, and of course the opposite is true. Lowering the wedge makes the car looser, which saves front tires. I had to go really, really low here to be able to save the tires. Not a lot to say on the tire pressures. I went a lot higher, I think, on both front and rear, left and right, all the way around on what the default settings were. I'm really aggressive on the left front camber, and that is to help the car turn. Because I had to be really conservative on the right camber to be able to make the tires last. If you feel like it is getting a little loose when you coming out of the corner, go down a click, probably 2 to 4 clicks on the right track bar if you're getting loose coming out of the corner. I'm doing so much to save the tires, it tends to get the car maybe a little loose late in the run coming off the corners. But if you have that problem, go down, 2 to 4 clicks on the track bar, and you'll probably alleviate that problem. The gearing is something else I struggled with. I was all over the place on the gearing. I finally landed on a 110 and a 2.86 to give me the drive I wanted coming off the corner, but not run out of gear at the end of the straightaway. So that is the setup. If there's any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments. If there's any tracks you want to see, put that in the comments as well. And thank you guys so much for watching, and do me a huge favor and smash that like and subscribe button. It would mean a great deal to me, and thank